What is the most embarrassing item you have hidden in your house? When I was 15 I got a credit card. The very first thing I purchased online was a dong pump. I always wondered how well it would work. A few months pass and my mom finds it next to my bed. She thought it was a bong. I did not bother to correct her. I have a corn cob with a suction on the base. This in itself isn't too unusual for us girls. However, one day my male friend was over and found it. He proceeded to suction it onto my roommate's door, so when my roommate opened his door while his girlfriend was over, he got corn cob slapped in the face. Sigh. Well, it was the only logical course of action. I have a Shaq Beanie Baby. I also may or may not have slept with it every night. Those teenage years are rough. My best friend Steve's beard. It's in an envelope. He had awesome facial hair and had to cut it when he joined the military 4 years ago. I moved across the country and it's still safe with me. He'll get it back when he's out. Could be mistaken for an envelope full of pubes though. I have a very large glass sculpture of a dong that was given to me years ago, and I hide from my kids until they are older in an old lamb chops puppet that was also a gift. It is a replica lamb chops and not a toy, so I use the penis as a stand and they are forbidden to touch it. I feel like forbidding it might be kind of tantalizing. Kids, lamb chops is the one thing in this house you must never, ever touch, and you must never ask why. In my closet is a toolbox full of bondage implements, placed precariously next to a toolbox full of actual tools. One day, the inevitable will happen. I have a corn cob hidden in a box of waffles in the freezer. I have a flash drive containing the only, as far as I know, copy of a photo of 16-year-old me dressed up in skin-tight pink spandex and construction paper as part of a summer camp skit competition I was shanghaied into. Nobody had a camera phone to snap photos of me during the incident, as they weren't allowed in the camp and would be confiscated, and I had lifted the photo from one of the camp computers that a counselor had left unattended as the camp was being cleaned up. A very large, veiny, dong-shaped drinking straw. Not sure where it came from or where it is now, but it's undoubtedly here, waiting for me. Putting the dong in cocktail. I have a pair of really Daisy Dukes. Growing up, I was always the fatter, uglier cousin. When I was like 16, my hot cousin visited and left a pair of her shorts. She has tons. Green with envy, I held onto them with the goal of only fitting into them. When I got them, I couldn't pull them up past my lower thighs. At age 19, I can't wear them. I just choose not to wear them anywhere but my room, where I dance about and do bend and snaps and silly magazine poses. Then I shove them back into the back of my swimwear drawer and tell no one about them. They actually are my size now. I am not cramming a huge unsightly rear into them and prancing my fat butt around like a sugar plum fairy. This comment is especially awesome when assuming Slick Vergless is a dude. A kaleidoscope that looks like a corn cob, or a corn cob that looks like a kaleidoscope. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't look that much like a corn cob. I just had to hide it every time friends came over because they were very immature. They took pictures of it and posted it to Facebook saying, "Hey, look what I found in Seeduff's room." I would show you a picture if I knew where it was. I'll do my best to describe it. It's about 10 inches long with tiger stripes on it. Then at the tip, there's a clear ball that kind of looks like the head of a dong. I am a straight male who has no interest in putting thing in my butt. The top to my wedding cake, all my wedding pics, and various wedding paraphernalia from when I was married, mementos from our courtship etc. From my ex of 4 years now, who just had a baby and is remarried, and whom I should really have gotten over. Sitting in a bottom drawer. Haven't looked at any of it in at least 3 years too. Might be getting the word embarrassed and sad mixed up. Yeah, I did the same thing. Also a journal I kept of the time we'd been apart. It sucked and eventually I burnt it all like some pagan sacrifice. It was quite cathartic. I actually own an N-Gage. I'm a 40-year-old white mother of 2 and I bought myself a Run DMC shirt from their website. I don't wear it out cause I don't want to look like an idiot or poser or ancient gangster wannabe, but I really like Run DMC and memorized many of their songs when they came out in the 80s. I think this is great, adorable and nothing to be ashamed of. I can understand your thinking though, but I think you should wear it with pride and frick the rest. Whenever someone makes a crappy comment in your present, you should just drop the RUNDMC knowledge bomb. You can't just ask us to reveal our darkest items and then not share yours. On that note, an Aqua CD1 got for my 13th birthday. My pay stubs. 14 corn cobs. 13 would be unlucky. I had a corn cob. My pug likes to cause trouble because he likes being chased, so he stole it and waited for me at the kitchen. I'm glad no one saw me cursing and running after a pug with a floppy dong in its mouth. You'd be surprised at just how common this is. Back when portable HDD is too expensive, I burned Gapey into DVDs and keep them in between book pages. My whole family didn't read books, so supposedly it's the safest place. It's not just embarrassing though. I prayed to all available gods from ancient past to future end that my parents won't found them. Muslim parents don't take that thing too kindly. I'm away from home. I should have bring them with me. I just forgot about it until I read this thread. I am Muslim. Stray, but I understand your dilemma. I just can't stop laughing because if one of those books was the Quran, man, would they flip ape crap. D. A swastika means good luck in a lot of cultures. My family has a swastika in the house, and we have to hide it when we have visitors. I think it's a really intriguing, beautiful symbol. It's a shame it's associated with the Nazis. Jury-rigged celeb, I made from a massaging neck brace. You're like a masturbatory MacGyver. Currently, a butt plug. For a while there was a dong pump, not mine, and several hardcore P DVDs, also not mine, in my closet. Butt plug was a present. Comma, for a while there was a dong pump, not mine, and several hardcore P DVDs, also not mine, in my closet. Sure. As a male, a pillow pet, it's a penguin, and I freaking love it. They are the ideal cuddling size. Their width is perfect and they're cute as crap. No shame. A Spice Girl CD, specifically the 1996 release of Spice. Yes, it's mine. Yes, I'm hetero. And to top it off, I'm a Texan. Heck, I've been to a Spice Girls concert, got free tickets, and decided it'd be funny for two 18-year-old metalheads to scare the parents bringing their little girls. We had a 5-foot perimeter around us that nobody would enter. I do actually like a couple songs. Viva Forever is my favorite cause Spanish guitar. When I was around 8, I wanted to see if you could use a pad like a diaper and peed on it. I quickly found out that they weren't very absorbent. I was super embarrassed about it and didn't want to throw it in the trash because my mom would see it. So I hid it in a tiny box in my room. Then my mom cleaned my room. Then I checked the box and the pad was gone. When I was a youngin', my mom found all of my pee mags in my room. She neatly stacked them all on a shelf. She knows. She knows. I guess my period underwear. Fun fact, you can buy black panties, but I do understand we all have that pair that are straight up fricked and repurposed into period panties. This is not, in fact, my first rodeo. A giant purple corn cob. My wife accidentally ordered it when she was looking at some things on adamandeve.com. It hasn't been used for its intended purpose at all. More than often I'm getting hit with it, or we just place it at awkward spots around the apartment when no one else is around, since there is a suction cup at the end of it. The funniest time is the one time one of us put it about our bathroom door, and we had apartment maintenance come in that day. We had panicked and thought we left it there. Turns out we didn't, but that would have been really interesting. I'm 95% positive she has used it by herself. The embarrassing photo of SpongeBob at the Christmas party. I have nothing to hide, nothing at all. I bid you, search my chamber, high and low, for there is no secret I shall keep from you fine officers of the law. Thump thump. I had a friend who used to be so messy that he would regularly get ants in his room. He used to grab all that he found and put them in this tiny box he called his ant coffin. He swore at night he could hear the tiny scratching on the sides, trying to get out. What? It's gone now, but we had a placenta in a freezer. Some things you never truly grow out of. I have a notebook full of lame boss poems. both happy and sad. I wrote for a few of my exes which date back 5-10 years and really need to be burned. That bowl of canned chili that has been sitting in my basement for years. I'm too embarrassed to even address its existence. Put it directly into a trash bag, tie it off, and put it in the dumpster. You'll feel the weight of the world lift from your shoulders. I'm not really embarrassed of having a drawer full of adult toys, but I would be embarrassed if someone found it. I have a vial of my ex-boyfriend's blood. He slipped it to me when I left him. I kept it to remind me not to date jerks. Lindsay, if you are reading this, it was a long time ago. Girls that I would hook up with sometimes left an article of clothing in my car. Jackets, hats, scarves, bras, etc. Kept them so they would have a reason to call back. Ended up having a bunch. Realized it was really creepy. Very, very creepy. And threw them out. Man, being 16 was rough. Girls do this too. But instead we keep the stuff because it's super comfy and hope the guys never ask for it back. So sorry as a guy doing this makes you creepy. A package of unused condoms that expired 7 years ago. My mom. I mean, she's not hiding, but Jesus Christ, she can be embarrassing as frick. Christmas tree. From 2011. We had procrastinated past the acceptable January window when you can put it out for trash pickup, but couldn't figure out any other graceful way to get rid of it either. We don't own the house, so couldn't put it in the yard. No fireplace either. Full stop. It was brittle and dead looking, and I was too embarrassed to be seen driving it to the dump 2 months after Christmas. Then we had a guest coming over, so had to do something with it, so we shoved it into the basement, of course, where it has sat ever since, becoming progressively more colonized by spiders and other things I don't want to think about. I still don't know what we're going to do about it when we move. When I was a teenager, the girl who I lost my virginity to also lived next door and took some pictures of me on a disposable camera. They were pictures of me at her house on her couch playing with my dangling. When she got the pictures developed, she gave the pics to me. I thought she wanted them for herself, but she insisted on me taking them. Well, I didn't want to throw them out, so for some reason I hid them in my room in a hole in the wall where I kicked it in after a fight with my mom. I forgot all about it until a couple of years ago when I found out my mother and my stepdad would be taking my old bedroom and remodeling the house when my little brother moved out. The wall has since been fixed and they stay in the room that I was in while growing up. They knocked out 2 walls to make that room the master room. I've never asked if they found the pictures, but I don't know if they did or not. I hope not. TL. Doctor pictures of my 15-year dong stashed behind the drywall of my bedroom. I hope. The Space Jam soundtrack because it's still in my CD player and I listen to it on full blast only when nobody is home. It's embarrassing because it's the only CD I own. Everybody get up. It's time to jam now. My Snuggie. I'm a guy. Lol, just kidding. I don't care how dumb I'll look in it. Those things are freaking comfy. When I was in Iraq, my squad leader would occasionally lead mission briefs while wearing a leopard print snuggle and a fez. On at least one of those occasions the mission was so terrifying I was 90% sure I was going to die. It was a weird time. Buried in the depths of my room is a song I wrote about Hermione Granger when I was in 5th grade. It's to the tune of a Good Charlotte song. I stumble across it every few years, and the shame is worse every time. Somehow though, I can't bring myself to throw it away. Mail here. I still have a teddy bear that I may or may not have on my bed at this very moment. No shame. Mine sleeps with me every day. I paid more for his last trip to Teddy Bear Hospital. Restuff, clean, repolish of eyes and nose, patching one foot, restitch of some old seams than I did on my last vet bill. Lol, I have a flashlight. Hey, it's no big deal guys. He's just fricking his flashlight. That would have to be the box of adult toys that my girlfriend and I have accumulated. We have 4 corn cobs, a strap and harness, a flashlight, 2 sets of nipple clamps, 2 butt plugs, 1 glass, 1 silicone, a Wartenberg wheel, 2 sets of velcro handcuffs, lots of lube, massage oil, a celeb, a blindfold, and a scented candle. So yeah, that, or my Creed CD from high school. Almost forgot that one. You have been visited by the source Chihuahua. You will be blessed with good pasta, but only if you comment simmer well. Papa simmer well papa. Like and subscribe, you magnificent person.